What's up guys, it's Alex, and today I've got a pretty cool video for you guys. Today we're out here in the brand new Old Town Predator PDL. This is my first time out on this kayak, doing a little bit of an afternoon fishing mission. We're gonna see what we can get done. We're down here on the river today. I'm gonna skip a Cinco around, throw a little bit of top water, throw a swim jig. I actually only brought 3 rods with me, even though I can hold like 6 in this thing. I only brought 3 in my net just because I kind of wanted to keep it simple today. I'm out here just relaxing, chilling out, just kind of enjoying nature, you know what I mean? So that's kind of what we're going to do today. I'll talk to the camera kind of periodically throughout the day, kind of talk about what I'm doing, what we're looking for. But for the most part, I'm just going to enjoy nature, enjoy the animals, try to put a few fish in the kayak, and then we may do an overview of the kayak towards the end of the day. But just out here enjoying the kayak life, guys. I mean, honestly, it's kind of cool. I really am enjoying kayak fishing. By no means am I ever gonna get rid of my boat, but I'm enjoying kayak fishing right now a whole lot. So yeah, so hopefully you guys will enjoy today's episode. There we go. Wow. There you. Heck yeah, guys. Yeah, bud. Yeah. Yeah, tell me about it. Lord of mercy. Freaking wacky rig strikes again. All right, guys, so here is number 1, 17 and some change. Absolutely gorgeous fish. Looks like it's been caught before. Honestly, I've probably caught this fish a couple times, but absolutely gorgeous fish nonetheless. Glad to get this one in the kayak. So we're gonna let him go. Let him go back. Live good, happy, healthy life. You get on out of here, bud. You ready? You ready? Get out of here. Goes. Oh my God. He said that might be good for cranking. I remember him telling me that. And then he told me, he said, you know, he said, guys like you get all excited. He said, but he said, you well, dude, that would way above my head. You know what I'm saying? Guys, I just broke off an absolute giant. I mean, all right, guys, so we have made it back to the boat ramp. Had a pretty good afternoon of fishing. Caught that one fish that you guys saw at 17 3/4, and then I had another absolute giant hooked. I really wish I could tell some kind of fish story and say, you know, she come up head shaking and blah. No, she just broke me off, and she was a big one. I would definitely say that that fish was in the 6 to 7 pound class range of fish. I know these fish very well on this river, and I mean, that was a true giant of a fish. But all that aside, had a really good afternoon, and I thought I would do a quick overview of this kayak, kind of post-fishing trip, first impressions, you know, right off the water kind of deal, break down what I liked, what I didn't like, some things that I noticed. I did the same exact thing with my topwater PDL, and so I thought I'd do the same exact thing with this kayak, and I know you guys enjoyed that, and it really gives you guys some tools to know whether this is a kayak for you or not. And I'll just give you first impression. Honestly, it's an awesome kayak. It's a great kayak, really easy to fish out of, really good fishability. But like I said, I want to talk about the things I like, the things I didn't like, and we're going to start right up here in the front and go all the way to the back and just break down this kayak. So let's get going. All right, guys, so starting in the front, we've got the hatch. Honestly, the hatch is the hatch is the hatch. I don't have anything in there right now. I don't really keep anything in there. I have kept my rain suit in my top water before, and it's just a good dry hatch. I mean, there's no water gets into it. The only thing I got in there is my Yak Attack flag. I lied, there's something in there, my Yak Attack flag. But awesome little hatch. I like the one-handed latch here. You can just do it with one hand, so if you're sitting in your kayak, you move up here, you can do that, pull wherever you need to. Yeah, that's just it's a hatch. I mean, it's just good storage on the kayak. Now here, probably the most important thing about the kayak, other than the kayak itself, the pedal drive. Same pedal drive that comes in the Topwater 120, and honestly guys, this pedal drive is awesome. I paddled all the way back here in probably 2.5 mile per hour current, and really, honestly, I mean, it wore me out. I mean, that will just wear you out pedaling against that current, but it's not something that absolutely exhausts me. You can definitely get some good speed going with this thing. It propels this kayak perfectly, and really I think this in combination with the hull design on this kayak makes it a lot quicker. But there is one downfall to that we'll get to later on in this little breakdown. But the pedal drive, good solid pedal drive, 5-year warranty on this thing, class leading according to them, just awesome pedal drive. Something about the pedal drive I love is this storage compartment. This thing is giant. I've got my batteries in there, wallet, I have my keys. Yesterday I checked, I can put my battery pack in there. I'll actually show you the battery pack because I'm charging my GoPro with it right now. I can put that entire battery pack in there. I have my GoPro charging in there, I have my phone charging in there, and there's plenty of space. So this giant dry compartment is amazing because it's bone dry. You don't have to worry about it getting wet. You close that bad boy up and you're ready to rock and roll. Next thing, moving down a little bit more, are these pouches on the side. Awesome. It's just kind of, everything on this kayak is just a little bit bigger than the Topwater. Honestly, it is. I mean, it's 13.5 foot long. It's wider, it's deeper, it's bigger. And so storage compartment here is bigger, storage compartment there is bigger. These side pouches are bigger. I mean, it's the same side pouch as the Topwater, but you can just fit so much more in there. You guys can see I've got Senkos in there, I've got a pair of pliers, I've got my wacky rig tool, scissors, a little bit of line, a pair of split ring pliers. All that goes in those pouches. You don't have to worry about them. They stay out of your way, and you can access them whenever you need to. So like I said, it's just bigger and better overall in my opinion. Gear tracks, I'm not putting anything on those yet. I might put a GoPro mount on there, I don't know. I've been digging wearing the GoPro on my chest in my kayak, but there's those gear track mounts for whatever you might use them for. Hard mounted rod holder right here, a flush mounted rod holder. This one puts the rod out in front of you, kind of like the Topwater. It puts it out there so you can rig whatever you need to. My only complaint on this one is it's on the right side and not the left side. I really wish it was on the left side because I hold my reels with my left hand and I reel with my right hand. And so it's just a lot more intuitive for me to put it on this side, but it's on that side. I mean, not a huge complaint, but definitely something I'd like to see that moved, or even have one on both sides so that if you wanted to, you could stick a rod in there and a rod in there, or just if you're ambidextrous, if you're left-handed, if you're right-handed, it's going to vary from person to person. So I would like to see that in an ambidextrous option, especially on the flagship boat. Next thing, the seat. Awesome seat, super comfortable. Definitely not a Bonafide seat again. Nothing's a Bonafide seat though, but a really, really comfortable seat. My back's not hurting. Like I said, I paddled probably 3.5 miles today and I have no issues. Usually my lower back starts to hurt when I'm in a kayak, but this thing, I have no lower back issues. One thing, and I say this, and I've said this on the Topwater as well, that I don't think is intentional, but is an awesome feature, is that my catch board fits under the seat. So you guys can see there, my catchboard fits completely under the seat. I can stow it away when I don't need it, and when I need it, it's really easily accessible. Just pull it right out and I have it where I need it. So awesome, not intentional feature. Actually, I know it's not intentional because I talked to the engineers about it, but awesome feature. Cup holder, you guys can see I got a Yeti cup in there, so that fits that. Moving into the back, we've got the rudder deploy knob and then the rudder control, both where they need to be, really easily accessible. I mean, easy to use, no complaints there. Smooth rudder on this thing, just like on the top water. Easy to deploy, easy to bring up, no complaints there. This side, you got your paddle holder, and then here you actually have another paddle holder. So it's kind of like a double paddle holder system. So if you wanted to sit it up here a little bit closer, you got it, but you can put it down here, close this latch up, keep it out of the way until you absolutely need it. And really the only time I'm using my paddle is to get out of a sticky situation, to go in super shallow water, or when I pull my drive up at the boat ramp, I can paddle up to the boat ramp because obviously that drive doesn't work on concrete. So awesome feature there. Going in the back, splash well is giant, and I love that. I got my black pack back here. I got it leashed in with the elastic that comes built into this thing. I mean, it fits in there. You guys can see it's not going anywhere. It's not moving. There's plenty of room for my black pack, which is an improvement over the top water because the top water has some plastic built into the bottom that kind of inhibits you from putting a black pack in there. And so that was a feature I talked to them about. I actually got to talk to the engineers at KAYAKS about these kayaks, tell them some improvements I'd like to see. That was something that I wanted to improve upon. But in this kayak, you don't have to worry about that because it is so deep. There's so much room back here, you don't have to worry about it. Again, gear tracks in the back. You guys can see I got a Yak Attack Omega rod holder on here, and then you've got a flush mounted rod holder here and a flush mounted rod holder there. And I only carried 3 rods with me today, but I can put up to really, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could put 5 to 6 rods in this kayak comfortably and still have room for my net, which is awesome. I mean, this thing is definitely tournament ready to go. You can carry all the gear that you could ever imagine or need in this thing and not have to worry about it. So that's an awesome feature, having all those rod holders. And then if you got a black pack, a Hobie pack, or whatever those things are called, or even a milk crate that you build out yourself, you guys can carry all the gear you could ever possibly need in this thing. And then you got the rudder in the back. Obviously it's deployed right now. I'll pull it up. And what's awesome about the rudder is if you put that little piece of elastic there, it's got a built-in handle. You grab that handle, you can pick up the back of the kayak, and then you also got a molded in handle down here, which is really, really cool. Now, for the things I don't like about this kayak, and there's really one major glaring thing, and that is the fact that it is tippy. And I was warned about this. The people at Old Town, they let me know. They were like, Alex, listen, this kayak is a lot faster than the topwater, which it is. I mean, you can get going in this kayak, probably roll 4.5, 5 miles an hour easy, just on a good steady pedal, but it's tippy. I found that out the hard way. I did not turn this kayak over, but there was a couple times, I think I put sunscreen on, leaned over and washed my hands off, and that thing I could feel it wanting to go. And it scared me, and I got rotted up back again. It did not tip over on me, but this kayak is definitely tippier. It's definitely a kayak. You can stand up in it. I stood up in it easily a few times and fished. I stood up in it and peed. I stood up and moved around, got some stuff out of my black pack. So that's not an issue, but you definitely need to be aware of when you're leaning or rocking or even putting a fish over the side or anything like that, that this thing is a lot tippier than the topwater, and a lot of that has to do with the hull design. This hull design is built for speed, it's built for fishability, it's built to be sit down in and fished out of, I think, a lot more than it is to be stood up and fished out of. And from one thing that I absolutely love about this kayak that is definitely something different from the topwater, that is how deep this kayak is. Honestly, it's probably hard to tell, and I need to measure it and see how it compares to the topwater, but the kayak is super deep. I had a fish in the bottom there, and I mean, like, I feel like I'm down in the kayak. I feel like there's plenty of space in the kayak. There's plenty of space to move. It's a very deep set kayak, which is awesome, but you don't lose any of that when you're sitting in the seat. You still feel high up. You still feel like you're on top of the water. You still feel like you can stand up easily, but you just got a lot of room down inside that kayak, both in the splash well, in the fishing area. I mean, it's just deeper, it's just bigger, and I think a lot of that comes from the fact that this is a 13.5-foot kayak, and I mean, you're just getting bigger all the way around with this thing. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. Please go down there, hit that subscribe button. I know a lot of you guys have come to this video just to see the breakdown on this kayak, and then you'll leave. That's understandable. You know, you're looking for information on this kayak and then you're leaving, but hit that subscribe button for me, guys. I have all kinds of fishing content on here. I've got boat content, kayak content, bank content, tips, tricks, vlogs, informational, lifestyle. I got all kinds of cool stuff, and I want you guys to be a part of the Alex Rudd fishing community. So please hit that subscribe button. It'll let me know that I'm doing the right things, and I'll also let you guys know when I put out all of my videos, because you need to hit that subscribe button and then that notification bell. Also, go down in the description. I have a link for this kayak. I'll also have it pinned at the top of my comments. I also have a link for this shirt that I've got on. It's the Jason Christie sun hoodie, the hooded sun shirt by AFCO. This thing's absolutely awesome. It's been my favorite piece of gear to wear out fishing. I want you guys to go check it out for me. I really appreciate it. But as always, you guys are sweet. Thanks for watching.